Hello, my name is Dallas, and today I'm continuing my playthrough of the various Mega Man games with Dr. Wily's Revenge on Switch Online. And I think we're just gonna jump right in. So like prior Mega Mans, I have not really looked up any orders for this one. All I really know is like kind of just an overview of the game that I've seen, but I've not actually watched really any gameplay for it. And we're just gonna kind of wing it. And hopefully, if it goes like the other Mega Man classic games have gone, then I'll hopefully beat the game today. Those take a lot of shots. Say initial impressions are it feels like weirdly floaty. Like a little bit like slow moving, but it's fine. Gotta get better at figuring out these angles to dodge things. Or hope that they're generous with health. A very rapid speed boost for them. Would probably just skip if I was kind of hoping to get some health drops. They just want to keep giving me energy. And they got me again. I feel like this one's going to be a little bit of getting used to, unless I just decide to start like skipping everything. And unlike the other collection that I was playing, this one does not have a like rapid fire button. We just need to start like skipping, and then hopefully the things that I do have to kill will drop health. Those seem to definitely be a problem, and I should probably just avoid them when I can. And maybe if they're nice, they'll occasionally drop health. Don't think that health is worth going for. Those one type of enemies are very determined. Initial impressions seem to be also that health items are pretty sparse, but they're very friendly with energy drops, which is the opposite of what I want. Don't have the right angle for that one locked in. And we bail. Wonder if there's a... And I bonked, so I fell. Off to a start. Since this is a Game Boy title, I'm expecting it, and I think it is just the 4 bosses, kind of like what I'm expecting from when I played Extreme on my own. Where I just expect the game will probably be shorter. Don't know if there's a way for me to jump over that one. Go ahead, get out of range. And I misjudged where that was. I feel like I'm gonna end up losing a life from when I went for that life. So basically broke even. I think I'm getting a little bit better at the spacing I need, but still not perfect. So if I don't move that one stays, then I can just dodge this one. And I didn't jump time. So that's too close, so there's like no way I'm dodging from there. Nah, I jumped too early. Still no luck with health drops. And I bonked again. The platforms are just a little bit too low. Didn't drop fast enough. That one I just need to run through. Move slightly to the left, so we're gonna get hit. we're just gonna bail. I don't know why I got knocked down. And Stream Hub, welcome in. Don't know what I was supposed to do about that. I guess the big question is going to be, where are the checkpoints, because I haven't found one yet. I needed to drop down, I thought I was right angle. Surprised that that was a miss. Can never seem to get the one up on the first jump. At least they gave me full heal. Misjudge where I need to be for that one. This, we made it up here. I need to jump because they shoot immediately. Too early. I don't know how I can avoid that. But at least we got a checkpoint now. It just takes so many shots for some reason. So the whole gimmick seems to be that those are just hazards that spin around. Almost thought I jumped too early there. And 2 of those is a bit weird to figure out. Late on my jump. I don't know why they decided to like make those things like 6 shots to knock out. I think we're just gonna go. It would be really nice if that enemy there would drop health, because that would probably get me through the rest of the room. Well, it is a drop, but it's not the drop I needed. Okay, in order to get through this easily, I just need any enemy to drop health. Keep underestimating how fast that platform is going to move. Got the damage boost, so we just go. Made it to boss, but I don't have any lives. One extra life there would have made a difference, but at least we've seen the end of the level. So I just need to get there with either more lives or more health. Probably both. And now they've decided to start dropping health more frequently. I still can't get that jump in one go. I think I'm just jumping a little bit too early. And miss my dodge there. And miss the jump. It's just those handful of jump misses that are also kind of setting me back. Like, I don't fall off the edge very often, but when I do, it seems to be pretty early. Managed to get some health back to cover for the small mistakes I made. But then I did immediately squander it. I forgot that this was one that doesn't move. So that block is safe, but the one before it and the ladder not. And dead. Just needed to get to the next room to get at the checkpoint. But I wasn't brave enough to just run for it. Because there's definitely got to be like an easier way to get through that, or a safe way to get through that room. I think that I need to be moving down quicker. That was the wrong spot. Might be a little bit too far for me to make unless I were to go from the platforms over there, but I think I'll lose more health trying to go for it. Can't get through that little narrow section. At least we made it to the checkpoint, but now I am out of lives. Unless I get a massive heal right here. No heals. And they did a big jump and a small jump, so got knocked out. Almost got through that without taking damage. So unfortunate that I didn't also get a heal at the end. Almost had that lined up again. I don't know what determines what size of jump they do. No luck on health drops, so gotta fight the boss again with basically no health. I wonder if that room is a checkpoint. I kind of assume it is. I meant to jump over them, but I missed. Since I've made it to the boss a few times, I definitely probably want to just try to stick with this level. Like, my guess is I just need to get to the boss with at least, like, one life, and then we'll be set. So I'm kind of hoping that that room before it is a checkpoint, and I'm pretty sure I can, like, deal with the boss if I have at least, like, a full health bar. And if not, then we can always use the switch functions to try to get through it that way. Which I would rather avoid doing, but I'm also not going to rule those out. So far, seems to be going well as long as I don't whiff any jumps. And we made it to the checkpoint with all of our lives. I should probably be shooting between jumps. That would make that go faster. I just wasn't sure if it would, like, lock me down from shooting. I can't do enough shots to knock them out, but it is a little bit dicey. And I had just a little bit too low health there, and I missed the jump. I saw them get knocked down, and I didn't react to the shot that they already fired. A health drop would go great right about now. I got greedy trying to see if I could get the knockout. Managed to get a good cycle going for that. But hopefully with these lives this should be fine. I need to get used to whatever height I need to jump over them. I don't think that's it. This is a checkpoint. Just in case I decide to not go through all that again. I think if I were to just stay in the corner and just tank the hits, it would actually cause me to win the fight just due to damage. Because it seems like they only start charging me when I move. Mind they do eventually just decide to come charge at me. Maybe we just do that. I managed to get here once, so we'll just do this. Looks like 3 jumps and then they turn. I don't like how their range for their cut move seems to be kind of arbitrary. It just seems to be goes to the end of the screen from wherever they're facing. Feels like the time I get to dodge is quite limited. miss my jump. I just don't know how to react when they like land on me, because I can like damage boost. I don't know if I should be using that to like capitalize on damage or if I need to like get away because they'll just jump again. Oh. It always seems like the first boss is always going to be just kind of the more difficult one. Just because all I have is Buster and there's no weaknesses available. I was one hit, so it does seem like I can kind of just tank as long as they don't like get phased into me too much. Like, there are, like, certain angles it seems like where I can just kind of face tank the damage and shoot them and eventually win. I don't like the jump at me move. I think I can deal with like the cutter boomerang, but when they just jump at me, if I miss, then it's just free damage that I'm taking. I was expecting it to travel further on the screen and then go back, but it stopped right at me. It seems like the cutter either goes all the way across the screen if I jump over it, or it stops at me. Two shots was too greedy. I think I should have just kept shooting and just waved down the damage there. Feels bad that I was one tick away from winning once. Problem is they can just deal damage faster than me. They just really didn't want to let me off with that one jump. I know I can run under them if I time it well, but it is such a small jump. And half the time their foot hits me on the way up. Like, their jump is like perfectly Mega Man height, so if I run too early I get hit, and if I run too late I get hit. And they have like no horizontal movement, so I just need to get that timing down. I just need to get it down enough times that I get the win. I don't like how that arced when they jumped. And they just decided to stay just synced up with me there. I was kind of hoping I wasn't gonna be using save states this early, but this is just an iffy fight, and the only other option would be to find the weakness if I just don't like this boss. I didn't jump enough apparently. Like, when they get, like, perfectly synced up when just jumping at me as I'm running, then that's when it becomes a problem, because I'm just taking free damage and I can't do anything to stop it. I think I should have turned around and jumped there instead of just keep going. Probably not gonna get perfect for the rest. I guess that is a notably better start. I guess the trick is I need to be running at them instead of standing still, because they jump over me if I run at them. So I don't have to worry about like trying to figure out the timing. I just need to run at them as like the cutter boomerang is coming back. But if I get hit, it does throw the timing wildly off. I jumped too early. I should have just taken some shots. And if I turned around either earlier or later, I would have been fine. At least I'm getting the pattern down. It has been a while since I played any kind of variation of Mega Man 1, so I don't remember Cutman at all, and I think I had his weakness by the time I fought him. Yeah, a little bit too greedy with the shots there. We'll just take the win. So dicey first boss, and first stage, but at least we got through it. I'm guessing ice is good against heat, but I don't know what's good against electric. I'm guessing electric is good against ice, so maybe cut is good against electric. So I might as well just reset because of low lives anyway. But also I should probably figure out what this pattern is first. And that's death. Didn't mean to fall there, but I guess I should know that that is an option. We have to deal with fans. That was a lot of damage there. Simple enough. I want to see this one because the fan is going to be a problem. Oh, I just need to get that one. At a glance, the stage seems substantially easier than the other one. There's just more hazards. Which I would rather deal with hazards over enemies. Need to kill this one a little bit faster. I didn't realize the turnaround was that quick. The enemies in this one are barely a problem, because they just move from one side to the other and I can see exactly where they're going. I was too early on the jump. So, fairly generous checkpoint there. I'm assuming the goal is I need to jump on that fourth one so that I can reach the ladder. I was too early again. Maybe we just do that. Burning 2 lives because I jumped slightly too early feels bad. Especially when I otherwise made it this far in the stage without issues. I don't know what to do about this situation. There was I have to activate them. Gonna wait for them to go to the other side in case they drop health. I went just a little bit too high up. I think I just needed to go for that. Unless there's a safe way for me to drop down to get rid of the block enemies. Which there might be, but I would have to take a death at this point. I think we'll just do this. At the very least I wanted to get as much of the level scout as I could. Now, if a random enemy could drop an extra life, that would be ideal. So it looks like it takes more than 4 shots for them. Let's go ahead and take the reset. It's my jump. Didn't really like that I took damage there. I think maybe 4, and then that's enough. It's 5. Made it back to the checkpoint. I might actually just be able to jump to that 4th platform and then go for the ladder. And not even worry about that one that I was jumping at first. It's definitely safer and easier than the strat I was using. I think that first one to activate is weird. Really use any kind of big health drop. That's not a health drop. I think if that one were... I want to see if I can get the timing for that one. Or if they're just too fast. Or can I shoot from the side? I can shoot from the side. That's definitely the way to deal with that one. I was hoping one of them would drop some health, but no luck. I will say the rewind feels like the cheesiest feature, but also this is a lot of hazards to get through without messing up. And we made it to a checkpoint. Don't know how to dodge that. I could not see any kind of pattern there. But I apparently three-shot them with cutter. So that's definitely the way to deal with that. I'm kind of glad I didn't do the stage first. I mean, maybe like the Buster would have been fine damage-wise and I would have just overpowered him. And we got Thunder Beam. So I have to assume electric is good against ice. Those are very aggressive ice mechanics. And then once I'm moving, I basically can't stop moving. Feels real bad that I missed the health because I just kept sliding off screen. I don't think I grabbed that health because I think I would rather keep it for the next pass through because I'm definitely gonna have to do another one. Like to see one of those drop big health. I'm upset that it despawned before I was able to knock him out and grab it. I will say this is exceptionally bad ice physics. I guess maybe I didn't need to worry about saving that health earlier, and I should have just got it for safety. That drops there. Then it stacks up. I'm actually surprised I was able to make that jump. Take those. Not sure why that one took so much longer to kill than the other one. I just hate the ice physics so much. Like, this might be the worst ice physics. There's just so much to deal with on a platform where I'm not allowed to stand still. Like, if this drops a big heal, then this would definitely be worth just taking a hit. Because I would get more health back than I would lose. For a small one isn't worth it because I'll basically like break even or come out negative. Just need one big health drop. It's nice that they brought back these farming enemies, but also drop rates are so bad that it kind of barely makes a difference. I mean, I'll take an extra life. Need a big heal. Not a big heal. If they give me another life, then I guess I'll just pass through again. Also, it is good to know that enemies can drop lives, it is just exceedingly rare. Need one health drop. Let me see one. Like one good size health drop. Just any. I'm not sure where there's like such a delay when they occasionally spawn in. I'll just have to take what I can get. Because I think that was two there, but one of them might have despawned before I was able to pick it up. And we won without losing a life. Yeah, so having their weakness definitely just completely cancels out the difficulty of the fight. I feel like maybe Cutman was a harder one to start with, but I don't know if there was necessarily an easier one. Stage-wise though, Iceman's right now is easily the worst. Kinda hoping I was gonna get my health back with that one, but no luck. That lasts for quite a bit. I thought I had enough shots in that I was just gonna win that, but they had a few more hits left. I'm just gonna get to whatever room is gonna be the checkpoint. This feels like a checkpoint. I jumped it slightly the wrong time, but that was a checkpoint, so we'll just take that. They can slightly adjust their throw, but they're not very good at it. I almost got them in the brief window before they shot where I could just knock them out. I realized that fire was low enough to hit me. I'm trying to be a little bit too aggressive on them, and I should probably just kind of take it a little bit easier. But also, we gotta heal back. Mechanic-wise, that's kind of neat. My timing is just slightly off. I wonder if I should have tried to freeze it. The answer is yes. I think the thing that throws me off about this level is it seems way longer than I think it. Like, the level itself is easy, it's just like 3 times as long as any of the levels I've seen. I was just curious if this is gonna be the last room, and also if I can maybe get through this. So it takes at least 4 shots, so from what I remember of Fireman, there's no way that's happening in, like, 1 hit. Nice early extra life. Yeah, this level isn't bad, it's just long. I'm hoping that there's multiple checkpoints, given how long it is. That was just a rough section that I just decided to try to brute force. And we made it to the checkpoint. That's fine. Hoping I was gonna get the knockout before they did the next throw. Took a hit I didn't need to, but at least we got the health back. Early on the jump. Take this, full heal. It quickly turned into a not full heal. I think I still have more health than I entered with. Yeah, greedy trying to jump for the health. Got immediately punished for it. Made it through there relatively safe. Use ice to get through this. That'll leave me plenty of shots for the boss still. I got a message. Let me be right back for like a couple seconds. And it was nothing. It would be nice if this room was also a checkpoint, because it sort of looks like the other one. If it's not a checkpoint, I might rewind. Because it feels bad too, just getting knocked out and sent halfway back across the stage because I moved slightly too far forward. Especially when boss door is right there. So I think it's 4 hits to knock them out. I have no idea how to dodge like Fireman's ability otherwise, so I think we just go for that. I guess they made it easier in this one. Because it used to be like 3 back-to-back hits that I had no idea how to get through, but now it just seems to be one wave. Unless that was just for like the anniversary collection that I did. Here we go. I mean, the extra life is probably good, but also I need to figure out what I need to do to actually get up there. Take an extra life for a hit, even though I would have probably rather avoided both. I realized that one was coming from the left. Really? Lucky that I was able to knock him out. Potential grind room. Question is, am I losing more health than I'm getting back from this? That was a lot of damage for some reason. I think energy-wise, I'm generally fine. So, like, where they spawned in. I'd like to see at least one big health drop. There we go. Or an extra life. There we go. Cool hazard placement. I can make them jump. If they don't like off-screen hazards that I have to already be going the right way to avoid. That ended up working out. I did briefly forget that I got a new item. Again, like off-screen hazards that I have to like already be going the right way for just seeing deep. I don't mind using like rewind mechanics to get past those. I just need, ideally, to get some health before we go. They hit me for 3 and I get 2 back off of the little one, so it's not worth it to get hit for a little one. It is nice that they seemingly like don't spawn in right on top of me, so I can kind of just stop and farm once I've taken too many hits. And it's just all energy, but no health. I think like half of the difficulty of some of these is definitely that they just don't give health. Like, they made health a rare drop. Like, even small amounts of health seem to be like relatively uncommon. Like, I don't want to take a death when, like, hypothetically I could just get, like, a big heal here and then be fine. I think if they would just drop a big heal once, then we would be set. I've actually maybe taken the death just to see like where the checkpoint is if there's one. I guess I can kind of like inch my way forward and they won't spawn in on top of me. That weirdly seems to be the move if you just want to get through safely and still like get pickups. Like, I've killed dozens of enemies and I've seen 0 of the large health orbs. Just in this one hallway. If any one of them dropped like a big health pickup, I would just grab it and probably run for the end. At least we're full health. I mean, I guess since I'm getting through safely, I should just keep doing this. Even if it is slow. They can pretty much just freely inch forward without ever getting hit and then get some pickups, but the only time you would get hit is if you got too greedy moving forward. I actually really dislike the way that this is positioned. And I guess we'll just skip the life. Don't know what they're weak against. I did go to the wrong one, I meant to go to fire. That was Flash Man, so I'm gonna assume he has the same weaknesses. I think their weakness is probably cut. This is Bubble Man, so probably electric. Why is it just not taking times? We're gonna do that. Maybe fire is better against them. And we got a quick boomerang. Seems like that might be doing more damage. It's like cut didn't seem bad, but I don't know if it was doing more. There's another one. Got Time Stopper. As I decided to just take a peek at what they're weak against to see if it is the weapons I have, and apparently they're weak against some of the other bosses that are in this chain, so there's like a better order. I will take that one. I kind of prefer this over the duplicate ones from Mega Man 3 because at least I don't have to go through a whole stage to fight multiple hard bosses back to back. It's all just one section. I mean, it is still a stage I have to fight through. I think that's fine. Honestly, the thing that's throwing me off about this fight more than anything is just the huge amount of lag. Like, the fight itself wasn't bad, except whenever he did the charge, the whole thing would just lag. Let's see where it puts me first. Me way at the very top. Let's do this. Now that I know that it seemed like none of the other weapons work, I should just be using Buster. I can't quite determine like which. I don't know why that was a wide beam that time. That seemingly did way more damage. Seems like I'm not, like, hitting him all the time. It seems like I can only hit him as he's, like, charging up his attack. At least I'm getting better at jumping over them. Here we go. Meter Buster. Does feel weird that I'm still getting, like, weapons this late in. Hopefully, since this looks like it's a new stage, I'll get a checkpoint. Why that disappeared when it did. I need to just stand on these. I was kind of expecting, like, maybe the fire was gonna melt him, but apparently not. So I do have Flashman's Time Stop, which I think is basically a free avoid hazard move. That was almost a mistake. Should have waited to see if that was gonna give me a kill, but I was worried about them just killing me right there. At least we scouted pretty far. Small heal's kind of all I need. That's good enough. Gotta hug the right side. I will say that this might be the best version of this like platform item that I've seen though. One that spawns immediately below me after I like activate it. I think there's a better way to get that. Does ice stop them? Does. Ice is kind of really good. Like I will say the sub-weapons of this do seem really strong overall. I hate this being over an instant death pit. Because like, well, you slightly missed the timing, so time to lose. we're gonna do it again. I didn't think that was how that reaction was gonna go, but here we are. Didn't realize that actually was in a spot where it could hit me. Like, I just need to get that one moving up, and then I can use Flashman's weapon to get through. Didn't think they were gonna be able to turn around and hit me there. Is there any way that I can get through this? It seems like maybe no. Maybe Fireman's weapon can if I activate it at the right time. I think if I can shoot down this egg. Didn't realize if I stood too far to the side, it was gonna just drop over there. Guess that works. Like me going through every weapon and figure out what it was. There's almost certainly going to be some kind of secret path here. We almost made it safely. And let me see one good health drop. Finally managed to get one. Wasn't sure the exact spot to stand there. I'll just do that. I can't freeze those this time. I don't know what weapon they want there. I'll load this one just because I have more ammo. Because I haven't quite figured out how, like, the mirror buster I got works yet. Doesn't seem like it does anything. think I got the pattern for this one. It looks like it does a low throw and then a high throw. If I were to guess, maybe quick boomerang in place. We got through that, but I need to figure out how to get through this next part. Like, my guess would be I need to definitely shoot the section where Dr. Wily is, but I don't know what weapons actually reach here. Going too far back. Maybe if I can do this one and then swap to like fire, I could do a bunch of damage. Question is, can I swap bullets out? I'm assuming I can't use like Flashman to done. Like, at least I can get through this phase without having to burn any super sub-weapons. Problem is I just don't know how to reach whatever I need to hit for the next phase. I was gonna see if I could freeze that one, but it seemed like no. I'm too early? Like, freeze doesn't make them turn them into platforms. It does some things, but not most things. Thinking like, what do I need to like freeze the claw and then try to shoot him? think the only weapon that I'm out of are Heatman and Flashman doesn't do damage. I now see what I have to do. I have to shoot his own shot back at him. That is... I mean, I guess it makes sense they would give me that weapon way later. Also, it doesn't use energy while I'm just kind of holding it, which is nice. It only does energy cost when I actually, like, hit something back. I was gonna get through that in time, but it wasn't quite. And phase 2, is there? Phase 3 looks like no. And it seems like we did it. So, I think overall, I mean, I did cave extremely quickly and start using the NSO rewind and load save features. Probably faster than whatever other games, but also I feel like if I didn't, I would have easily probably doubled the time because a lot of the bosses were just kind of me trying to figure out how to deal with them. So I think overall my impressions on this one. I did kind of like the stage formatting more than, say, like Mega Man 3 is another one that I played recently. But I think this is slightly better than Mega Man 3, but worse than Mega Man 1. Like, I think as far as the classic series, like, I think the order of the ones I like are 2, 1, Wily's Revenge, and then 3. Like, I feel like the stages in this one were fine, it's just Like, I think if item drop, I think my biggest complaint both for Mega Man 3 and this one are just they refuse to drop items, especially health. It seems like they only give out energy. And I kind of wish it prioritized health, because when I'm like in stage 1 and have no items, I kind of wish it would give me health over everything. I feel like maybe depending on the order of the bosses I did, I might not have caved as quickly with save states rewinds, but I think Cutman as a boss was a rough one to start with. And still, probably Iceman stage is the roughest. Even though I think Iceman's fight would have probably been the easier one, because it seemed like his thing was just dodge his 2 spikes he throws. And then don't run into him. I still don't know how I feel about like them suddenly introducing new bosses and then like having to figure out their weaknesses. Especially because the way that it was presented from what I was reading, it was like Flashman is the only one who is weak to a weapon that you get in a prior stage, and then then it just creates a chain reaction of all the other ones. Like Flashman is supposed to be good against Quickman, and then Quickman is good against Bubble, and then Bubble's good against Heatman. So I don't know if I like that structure of them being set up. But I think for the first Game Boy Color or Game Boy game of the Mega Man classics that I played, this one seemed fine. It's still like very dated. There's some very like trolly design sections, like as I mentioned a couple times, falling into a pit you can't see and having to just know that there's going to be spikes there and not hit them. But glad we got another one out of the way. I don't know if I'm gonna jump right into 4 within a week, because I think the way that things are gonna be looking. Also, let's see who's on to raid. I think it's been a while since I've raided Chair, because usually I stream way later than they do, due to major time zone differences. And they're also a big Mega Man fan. So with that, I will probably be back next Saturday with more Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. Sunday, I haven't decided what I want to do. Part of me is kind of just wanting to do like the other 3 Castlevania 3 endings. But I might kind of play that one by ear. I could do like Mega Man 4 on Sunday and then Castlevania 3 on Wednesday, and then get ready for the Dynasty Warriors Origins DLC next week. But I might try to do something more relaxed instead of these very difficult retro titles. But it would just kind of be nice to get at least 2 more done before I focus just on Dynasty Warriors and Yakuza 0 until those are done. Also, I think I have another day off at some point. I forget it's Monday or Friday, I have to check. So I might get an extra Yakuza 0 day in depending on how that shakes out. But with that, I think this is an alright time, and I definitely don't regret using the Nintendo Switch features. And with that, that's it for me today. Go say hi to Chair, have a good one, and bye-bye.